In this video, we are going to go into different interrupting tactics that you can use to de-escalate challenging behavior. So when a student becomes upset, they are unable to control the headlong rush of anger that they experience. So a teacher can then use these interrupting tactics to interrupt the escalation of the behavior. One strategy is to simply divert attention from the conflict. You can do this through proximity by having the student move to another area of the room or work with another group. And you can do this through a simple conversation where you're changing the topic and getting them to think about something else. You can also briefly remove the student from the setting. So sending them to run an errand, such as a mail job to someone else, real or hypothetical. Getting their body moving helps to engage that downstairs brain, that lower part of the brain, which then leads to emotional regulation. You might also encourage a child to take a break and want to make sure that this is a strategy that you make available to all students. So again, it doesn't feel ostracizing or isolating to a student that is escalated. So when we offer this break, we might offer them just 2 minutes to kind of step out, catch their breath, and come back in. We might encourage them to do a couple of calming strategies, so deep breathing or mindfulness strategies. We might encourage them to reflect. Other ways to offer a break might be simply to encourage them to go take a quick walk to the bathroom, splash water on their face, or just go get a drink of water. You can also direct them to a calming space within your room. You want to just give them a few minutes to themselves before you encourage them to come back to you and talk about whatever the challenge or problem might be. When they do return to you and they're ready to talk, you want to make sure that you're using active listening. So you should be paraphrasing what the student is saying and repeating it back to them so that they know that you're hearing their concerns. This also lets them correct you and provide additional information. So you might say things like, "Let me be sure I understand." Or you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling this way because this happened." Lastly, you can use open-ended questions. Again, we want to ask questions that are going to generate a more in-depth response rather than just a yes or a no. We want to avoid questions that start with why, because the word why can infer judgment or blame in the question. So instead, we might ask a question like, "What do you think made you so angry?" rather than "Why are you so angry?" For more information, make sure to access the download associated with this video. 7 practical ways to interrupt negative behavior. In the next video, we are going to talk about de-escalation tactics.